Hello readers and digital people, and welcome back to GPReeds. I am your host, Grant Reeds, and today I have with me a very special guest. It is one of my biggest inspirations of all time. This is actually the person that got me into YouTube again. So, everyone welcome, Repzilla.
I'm glad for the invite. I really appreciate it. Glad to be here.
Yeah, glad to have you here, man. I really appreciate you taking the time to do this interview with me today. Alright, so my first question is going to be kind of a little bit of a heavy one, but it turned into something positive. I know you had a car accident that kind of was the catalyst for everything. When did you decide to take that negativity and turn it into something positive? Did you know that it would be YouTube, or was there other creative mediums that you decided to pursue at first and then it kind of transitioned into YouTube because that's something you knew? How did that all take place?
I was hit in 2017 while walking on the sidewalk. I came out of that understanding that I could die at any moment. Any moment. So then I was like, if I could die at any moment, doing all this other stuff that I was playing it safe, right? So I was like, I was doing the job. I was doing the safe, secure job and getting the money. I was really being cautious. So after that, things changed for me. I took more risk, and I decided if I could die doing stuff that I didn't really want to do, then I might as well go full on at what I wanted to do. And then that's when I think that's where the strength came from. I think that's how it turned into something positive. After that, I didn't initially, like I said, I didn't initially think it was going to be YouTube. I wanted to be a public speaker. And the best way for me to cultivate an audience of like-minded people, I assumed was on social media. And then I just kind of fell into doing the YouTube stuff. I already had a YouTube channel. I was doing gaming and different things like that for fun. You know, everybody's got a YouTube channel, you know, and maybe you upload some stuff here and there. But after I became under that realization, as soon as I got home, that's when I started doing it.
I was looking for mystery videos, and I found your coverage of Poppy, and I was like, man, this coverage is really solid. And then you kind of transitioned from the Poppy videos into more serious topics, but then again, you came from a place of hope and a place of understanding, and you came in unbiased. And that's kind of what made me stick around.
Originally, when I first started, it wasn't that I was just talking about Poppy. I was talking about conspiracy theories, weird stuff, the Illuminati, and just things like that were just like interesting to me. And a lot of people really liked me talking about the Poppy ARG. You know, it was like a thing that was like fun, and everybody kind of knew it was like not real, but we were still like trying to figure out the mysteries. So I just started doing more videos because it was fun. I wasn't taking YouTube serious at that point. It was just something I was like a hobby. I was like, yeah, it was fun. Then it was around the end of 2018 when I started getting into more serious topics, and I picked up notoriety when I covered Dobby Vanity, and that's where I met Ashley Lilly, Kaz, a lot of others, really great people who were survivors of Dobby Vanity. I think it was those connections and friendships that I made in that put me in a position of understanding what it was like for a survivor, and made me realize how important it was to get their voices out there. And that's where the energy of the channel changed, the whole direction of it. So.
Well, in the more serious videos, when you go through the comments and you read how much you've actually helped people, I mean, taking these situations, a lot of these situations are really dark, but you always find a way to avoid the more dangerous side of things and kind of give everyone an idea of how to stay safe in these situations and how to avoid them altogether. How does it make you feel when you read through the comments and you found out that you've really helped people?
It does make me feel good, but it's like almost like a surreal feeling because it's hard to explain. I'm very grateful that somebody found something in my content that did help them.
It's like the coolest feeling ever, you know, when you read through the comments and you found out that you're not just putting out videos for, you know, education purposes or for yourself, but in doing that, you've actually affected someone's life in a positive way. I mean, that's something really cool.
Yeah, it is. But I'm going to try to pinpoint the feeling. It's like, it makes me feel like what I'm doing has purpose and is really making a difference.
When you're going through YouTube and looking into some of these, you know, more dramatic cases or, you know, dangerous cases, there's a lot of negativity in this realm of the commentary universe on YouTube. How do you stay positive during that? Because I mean, if I've tried it before, I tried doing commentary and just the negativity got to me. How do you stay so positive? Because you're basically always in that positive realm, it seems like to me.
The short answer is I don't. Like, it's extremely difficult and has a huge strain on your mental health overall. So one of the things I do to stay positive and put myself back in a good headspace is I do journaling, I do positive affirmations. Because like on a scientific level, specifically right before you go to bed and right when you wake up, your brain waves are on like this certain frequency that makes you more susceptible to not receiving, I guess receiving, but like building neural pathways in your brain. What you're going to bed thinking and what you're waking up thinking plays a huge part on the tone and attitude for your entire day. So if you delve too much into the darker side of YouTube and talking about all these like terrible things that happen to people and the people that do these terrible things, then if you don't be careful, then it can have a really negative impact on your mental health. It can make you depressed. It can breed anxiety, different things like that. And I think one of my safeguards is to like make sure I'm cutting off that stuff before bed, at least an hour, and waking up in the morning and making sure I'm doing my journaling, writing down my positive quotes and affirmations, and reviewing my goals and different things like that. That's what I attribute that to.
I actually tried to get into the commentary scene myself. I wanted to help people, and I still do want to help people. Everything I do is to help people, but I had to approach it more so in a creative way, looking at works and how the characters in these works relate to other people, and then, giving my own story. I had the ARG that kind of explained what I went through and how I overcame it, so I kind of went that route, because I really just could not handle the drama and the dark side of the commentary universe, all these bad things happening to people. Trying to take that into myself and explain how I would overcome it, it ended up bogging me down. So the fact that you're able to do that on a daily basis is honestly just crazy in my mind, ridiculous. I don't know how you have that much of a resistance to the negativity and you stay so positive. I mean, that's really something I respect as well. And that's kind of something that encouraged me. And like, if you can go through all of this and still come out positive, then I can at least do what I'm doing and retain my positivity and still help people. So it's always surprised me how positive you can stay during all these things.
It's extremely difficult. I know that you do have to overlook a lot of that stuff, and I think by focusing on your reason why you're doing it is a large part of that, and it can make you more comfortable doing it. Like, because it's better to do that. Like, if somebody says something negative or you run across a negative comment or something like that, then it's not going to ring through to you as much as if you are focused on what you got to do and what you need to look at. Kind of like if you're driving a car. So when you're driving a car and there's this thing called a RAS, and you can Google it if you want to, but it's basically essentially like if you're driving in a car and you look to the left, then you're going to veer to the left. So you always want to stay focused on what you need to be focused on so you don't veer off course.
All right, so it's all about the wolf you feed then, right? Basically.
Yeah. Whatever wolf you feed, like you can feed the negative wolf, you can feed the positive wolf.
All right, now let's kind of get away from the seriousness for a little bit and talk about your favorite YouTube channel. What is your favorite YouTube channel? And it doesn't have to be in the commentary community. It could be just any channel on YouTube. Which one do you enjoy watching the most?
I mean, this is going to sound like cliche, but I still watch PewDiePie. Yeah, I still watch Jacksepticeye. I still watch Markiplier. They're just like pick-me-ups, the charisma and the energy in the videos are really good. That's pretty much it. Other than that, I will just watch motivational videos from time to time. And then, of course, I watch commentary stuff just because that's the sphere I'm in. So I need to be up to date with things.
All right, now let's kind of talk about the inspiration behind everything. Aside from what happened with, the crash and you coming out of that and turning something negative into something positive, which, that's something that I like to express as well with the Phoenix, coming from the ashes, making something beautiful. But all that aside, what or who inspires you the most creatively?
I would say my friends. I would say the people that are there for me in my life. Like, if it wasn't for them, then I wouldn't be able to do any of this at all. My fans, the viewers, the ones that I'm the closest to, just in general, like the people that are there for me.
And I would say, yeah, the communities definitely play a big part in YouTube experience and, in life in general. Your community is really awesome. I spent a pretty good amount of time there, and everybody's really kind, and there's just that atmosphere of kindness there. And I try to reflect that in the community I have as well. And, you know, that's inspiring to me. When I'm making a video, I think about my community and like, they're going to not only enjoy the content I'm putting out because I'm following the genres that they like, but also they're there to, you know, hang out. It's like a little family of sorts. Now let's go into a side that a lot of people don't see. A lot of people don't know you're a musician. So I have a question regarding that. What is your favorite song to play? And then what would be your favorite song to listen to? Is there a difference?
It's difficult because I'm going to say it and then nobody's going to know what I'm talking about because most of the songs I play are the ones that I create. My music is something, I don't put it out publicly, really, because it's something that I do for my own mental health. So it's like it's a for me thing, but there are songs that I do like to play and cover. I like a lot of Manchester orchestra and genres that are like kind of folk indie, and like Margot and the Nuclear So-Sos is a good one. Of course I like Bright Eyes, just generally that kind of energy. So I think Andy Hull's the lead singer of Manchester Orchestra, so he had another side band called Right Away Great Captain. It was mostly acoustic. Check it out, it's pretty good. And I like playing those songs.
So do you think you'll ever use your musical talent for a project for someone else, or, you know, some other platform? You think that your music will play a part in your career at some point?
I'm surrounded by people that make music, actually. I wouldn't put it too far out of the way. I guess that is a possibility, yeah.
Now, as far as I'm aware, I mean, you do all the editing, research, scripting, everything yourself. Have you ever considered maybe hiring a team? Maybe is that something you're planning on doing in the future? You know, maybe having some kind of network of sorts?
I'll never be a part of a network. I don't see the point in it. Now, I have looked into hiring an editor. I think I might hire my friend. That we're gonna like test the waters on having my friend edit a little bit. So that's something that could potentially happen. I do have people that help me with my social media. They are my friends. My friends like to help me out, and I like for them to be a part of what I'm doing here. And as long as I have the money to give to my friends, then I'm gonna be doing that. I want them to be involved in what I do. So you'll see more of that kind of stuff. Yeah, if I build a team up, it's going to be people that are close to me, people that I know and trust.
Okay, so you're definitely looking for that format in the future where, you know, you do your research and your recording, and then you have the editing team.
It would be better. It would make things easier because doing everything yourself, it's an all-day job, and I've actually recently went back to, like, I learned how to edit videos. Like I can do like I could work as long as I wanted to. I could work a whole week on a video and make it like extremely good. Like you've seen videos that are edited really good from me, but then I recently went back to the old way of making videos because it's just faster. It's easier to get content out, and it still works. Mm-hmm. I mean, it still makes the point. It still, people enjoy watching it. So it's just, now I just make videos on just however long it takes or what I feel at the time. So,
well, I don't want to sound weird when I say this, but honestly, I can't tell the difference. I mean, everything you put out it's to par. I mean, it's all high quality in my opinion. You always do your research. You always make sure that you look into the topics. You get your receipts. You get the screenshots you need. You put everything in high definition. You put everything in the frames they need to be in. So, I mean, I haven't really seen any low quality edits that you're talking about. So I'm not really sure what you're talking about there, to be honest.
I feel bad when I put out not good content. So I try my best to always put out content that I'm proud of. The work that goes on in the background is mostly just like editing takes like it can take anywhere from 4 to 6, like I said, like it can go into days. It just depends on what you want to put into it, and then you get out of it what you put into it.
Something I kind of wanted to tell you today. A lot of people don't know this either, but I was going, well, some people do. The people that were following my ARG know, but I went through a really, really rough period in my life. It honestly started late 2017, 2018, and I was at the lowest I'd ever been. I mean, I just didn't want to continue. And your videos, your content brought me out of that. And like I said, it started with the Poppy thing. It was just something interesting that drew me in, but then when you start showing all these bad situations and started, you know, showing empathy, showing that people still had empathy out there and that they're willing to help people, just your whole atmosphere. And this honestly helped me a lot as well. And It doesn't make a lot of sense to some people, but to me, it was the most encouraging thing. I was in one of your live streams, and I was just a newbie. I mean, I'd never done anything on YouTube at this point. I mean, I had in the past, but not for a long time, and I was basically a nobody, and you reached out to me, and you just started talking to me during the live stream, and it made all the difference in the world. And then I started watching your videos, and I was inspired to make my own videos, and to pick up my writing again, and continue on my life living for the creativity. And I never would have had that without you. I really mean that. That's one of the reasons your channel is so special to me. It's what brought me out of that, and one of the first instances in my mind where Phoenix started making sense. And Phoenix is my symbol now, and that's why. I watched other things after that, like Dad Phil's, Umami, and I was inspired by those things as well, but you were really the catalyst for moving on. And it was all because you took the time to talk to a fan. And a lot of people don't realize the power they have in that, how much of a difference it can make for someone. Just to acknowledge them, just to say hi, just to include them in what you're doing and make them feel like they're an actual person. Show that empathy, show that care. So just thank you for doing that for me, because you made a big difference in my life.
Wow. You're welcome. I'm glad that my content was something that was able to help you. You said Phoenix. You've heard the song I wrote then.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay. That's one of my favorite songs. Yeah, like a phoenix, I'll rise from the ashes. This fire cannot burn me out. Yeah, I get it. Life's tough. It's not. It is. It's shitty. It can be suffering sometimes. But never give up, because it's like there's multiple times, and I've talked about this before, but there's been multiple times. Usually, my darkest moments in life just sucked. Because it is hard, don't get it wrong. But then, like, literally a week later, everything turned around for the positive. So you just can't stop. You can't give up or anything. So.
All right, and this is the question that I ask everyone. It seems a little bleak at first, but it's not. It's coming from a place of your legacy. So when you're gone, how do you want to be remembered, and how do you want your what you've done to be remembered?
I guess I don't care to be remembered. But the message is to just keep going.
All right, so that's kind of your legacy. That's what you'd like to leave behind for the world, is the message of continuing on. Just thank you again for all you do. Thank you for sticking to yourself and not letting the darkness change you, but using that to change others in a positive way. It really means a lot to me that you continue to do this work, because I know it's really hard. I know you've had hard times during these videos, and you've had people attack you when it really didn't make any sense. And just thank you for not giving up yourself, so that you can inspire others to not give up, because it made a big difference for me, so I'm sure it's making a big difference for others.
I really appreciate it, man. It means a lot.
So do you have anything else you'd like to say before we head out today?
Drink water.
Yeah, good lesson. Definitely stay hydrated, because I don't, and I really should. But yes, drink plenty of water. And again, thank you all so much for listening today. Thank you all so much for stopping by. It's always a pleasure to see you. If you have any comments you'd like to add, anything you'd like to say about what happened today, about my journey, Repzilla's journey, anything in particular, just drop it in the comments. I will read every single one, and I reply to most. So I will see you all in the next one. Got Backrooms videos coming out, got all kinds of interviews, live streams, all kinds of things coming out. So I'll see you all in the next one. And until then, keep your eyes wide open and never stop reading. I'll see you all. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank my patrons and channel members. Thanks to you, I'm able to do what I love. All proceeds go back towards the channel for props, for costumes, and for any trips we take or any games we play. CNK114, Investigator Zeus, Dobby's Music, Jerry Mullins, Free Spirit Katie, Poof Poof, MC Darfer, and Vexus. Really, thank you all so much for allowing me to do what I love to do.